Kings Club Casino, Kings Club Baccarat, Kings Club everything. Trying to find ways to win, that's all we're after. We're going to start with some roulette tonight because I got asked to do some roulette. So I will be beginning with some roulette. And this is, of course, a single zero wheel because we're going to play $100 bets. And the whole point of this is to see, can we get up 1 unit? I always advocate, if you can, if you have the bankroll, hey, Booyah, if you got the bankroll, you want to be able to win 1 unit and leave. That's the most consistent way you can play professionally and make your money. Is if you want to make $400 in this session, you should have enough money, enough bankroll large enough that you can make a $400 bet right off the top. That is your unit. You can do D'Alembert 400, 800, 1200, and then down. You can go down 1 unit or down 2 units, down 1/2 unit, however you want to do it. But you know that no matter what game you're playing, oftentimes you're up 1 unit. You get ahead 1 unit. So if you're ahead 1 unit and you pull the plug and go, that is really an ideal way to play. I don't care what game you're playing. And so that's what I'm advocating now as we enter into this limited partnership time. Whether we end up actually doing the limited partnership or not, this is the way I will play. I'm going to show it in roulette a couple of ways, and then I'm going to go to Baccarat and show it there. So we have a little bit more of a show tonight for everyone to see. And I got Glenn coming in and Trish coming in and Chuck coming in, good friends of mine. All of you, thank you very much. To welcome Booyah and the crowd behind you. So I'll get a few more in here before we go. But the point being, Chuck plays a lot, and if Chuck's playing, I would love for Chuck to get to the point to where a 1 unit win suffices his session profit, and you can leave. You can leave after 1 hand if you get it. So if you're going for a $200 session, be able to make $200 bet increments. And I'm going to show some Baccarat tonight that I call it chop 1 2. I've been working chop 1 2 and chop 1 2 3, and the chop 1 2 seems to be a little bit safer yet, but I'm going to test it even more so. And when I say chop 1 2, I mean what I'm going to do is, if the last hand was a banker hand, a single banker hand, it can't be a streak. It's a single banker hand. Then I'm going to play player, and if it chops to player, then I'm done. If it does repeat the banker, now we have 1 follow-up bet, D'Alembert 1 unit higher, because we're trying to chop the 2. You try to chop the 1, you try to chop the 2. If you don't get either one of them, you wait for a new single chop, and I'll show it to you in just a minute. So we got 22 people in here now, so let's look at this. As I'm saying, my session goal tonight in this is $100, and I'm going to play the tower. And so you can see we've got red, red, red. So I'm going to bet $100 on black because I'm going to bet opposite that tower, and I'm going to show this way, and then I'm going to show one other way. So this is $100 on black, first bet of the night of our session that we're going to go. Okay, good. So we lost here. So now we've got a red 7 there. So we're going to bet $200 on black, betting that it won't follow this tower all the way up. If we have a long session, we have a long session. We'll do whatever. We don't. So this is to the point. This is to the point. So $100 was the session goal. We're up $100, and that's the way it's done. So the next way I would do it is the same way we play in Baccarat. So we could say the last number is a red 8, right? Which we just had. And so I would bet the chop that it's going to go to red here. We had a black 8, so I'm going to bet a 1 2 chop here. The first bet is a red bet against this 8, and there it is. So if it gets another black number, then we're going to 2 chop, and we did. So okay, so now we're going to go. This is the last bet. Now we're going to in the series. You're only going to do 2, and then you got to wait for a new series, a new sequence, so to speak. Hey, Joe Gurecki and Frank St. Alban, nice to see you guys. So this is the 1 2 chop, playing it in roulette. So we got a $200 bet up 1 unit, and we're betting that it's going to go red after these 2 blacks. This is the same way we played Baccarat. And it didn't. So now what we're going to do is the next bet we're going to have a no bet here Now, this is showing you how roulette is having all these numbers. It makes it even tougher. Okay, so we're gonna bet we're gonna go straight up. We're not gonna martingale. We're not gonna do anything else. We add one more unit. This time we're gonna go with $300 on black. We lost one. We lost two. Now we're trying to chop this red 36 if we can, and we'll see. And we can't. Okay, so we're going to go to $400. Oh, no, we did. I'm sorry. I thought I had made the mistake there. Okay, so we're back to our $100 ahead. So now we're going to begin. We bet one, we lost. We bet two, we lost. We bet three, we recovered the two losses. So now we're going to bet $100 on red that we'll chop that black two. We're trying to chop the black two with a red number. Didn't get it. So now we're going to try to chop two because we've got two in a row. And get out of there. We don't care about that. So we're going to play red for $200, trying to chop those two black numbers that are there. And didn't get it again. Okay, so we're sitting out again, waiting for a single chop, and we're going to play a $300 bet. And because this is roulette, we'll probably lose $1 million tonight. We don't have one banker and one player. We got a zero in there, and we got 18 of each. And we're streaking on the blacks here. This is a good time to play against the tower here when you get a big streak like that. Okay, so we've got a red 12. So we're going to bet $300 on black, hoping to chop this thing. And we got it. So now we have recovered ourselves again. The interesting thing to keep track of here is we have played 6 bets. We played 7 actually because we were $100 ahead. But we played 6 bets. We've won 2. That's all we've won. And we're still even. So that's the power of the bet system. Hey, Corey Jensen, how you doing, buddy? So this is the show in trying to chop this black number here with the red number. Betting $100, that's our session goal right now. And we made it. Okay, so now we have won 3 out of 7 spins. That's all we've won. That's where the lesson is in this. And we're ahead $200. And so now what I am going to do is I am going to turn this way and see, can I get rid of this? So I'm testing all kind of things here. And we go to Baccarat and we put in the code that everybody can see because it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're at Baccarat and we're at $1,780,000. And so we're going to go for a $100, the same way we just did that roulette. Now we played roulette against the tower, then we played roulette the 1-2 chop. We're going to play the 1-2 chop here too. We've got one player hand there. So that means we're going to bet $100 on the banker, trying to chop that player bet. This is a 1-2 chop. This is the one part of it. This is the very first part of it. And we got it. And so we're up $95. I can show it one more time because this is the 1-2 chop. So now we would simply go to the player. And this is a new session. We got that $95 in our pocket right now. So let's say we're at a new session now. So we're going to chop this player with a player here. I think that's the right thing to do. Yep. So we got 3 chops there. We won with that chop. We won with that chop. So now we're up $195. Now you can play this. Let's say we got a bankroll of $1,000. Hey, William Latta, how you doing, buddy? So if we got a bankroll of $100,000, we got a chop here on the player. So I'm going to bet $1,000. That's my session goal. Because it doesn't matter what the goal is. It matters did we play it right. So this would be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. But we only have 2 bets per sequence maximum. We'd like to get 1 every time, of course. So we've got a $1,000 bet on the banker. And let's see if we can dig a big hole and make a mess of this. All right, very good. So now we're going to bet $2,000 on the banker. There we go. Okay, so now we got the streak going here of a player. And our next bet is $3,000, but we got no bet because we got to get a chop before we can do that. And that's continuing the streak with the player bet. I'll see if we can dig our way out of this, but you guys are getting the point. Okay, so there, I think that broke it with the banker. So now we'll try to chop again. We'll go to player, and we'll go to $3,000. And if I just dig myself a hole and jump off the bridge, we'll do that too. Well, we got the player bet now for 3. Okay, so that got us right back to our 195, to where we're up, the 195. But we've got a player there, so we would go for the chop now with a $1,000 banker. And let's see if we can get a banker here. And there's our demonstration. It didn't matter if you were playing for $100. It didn't matter if you were playing for $1,000. What mattered was you're playing for the unit that you want to win for your session, so that you have the least possible time to, hey, Michael Steinfeld, how you doing, buddy? So you have the least possible time at the table. The least time at the table is better. You saw how quickly it worked with the roulette, even though you're 18 against 18 with a 0. That was at a single zero $100 wheel I was using. But of course, you can do the double zero. It's just riskier. But you can do it for lower numbers. I was talking to Kelly KB today about a $50 bet, and I told him, I said, if you can go in there with a $1,000 bankroll, you can play $50 and win one of the first 2 bets, because you're going to go 50 to 100, and you've got your $50. The whole thing about it is having the discipline to leave with your $50. I assure you, I've got plenty of discipline to leave no matter what it took me to get to a casino. If I win my session goal in one hand, which is what I intend to do, I leave, and they just have to color me up and let me go. So no matter if you're playing for $100 or you're playing for 200, 400, or for 1,000, that is your unit that you're playing. So if you're playing 400, you're going to play 400, you're going to play 800, you're going to play 1,200. But if you're playing the 1-2 chop, you're only going to lose 2 before you come back in the next time with your 1,200. Any questions you guys have, send me an email. But I wanted to cover these, and I think maybe I'll come back tomorrow night and I'll show roulette and I'll show baccarat one more time with what I call the 1-2 chop. Now, I am still experimenting a 1-2-3 chop with baccarat because of the opportunities of losing the 1 and 2 and then winning the third. But you don't want to be long-term at the table to where you're playing 20 and 30 hands. That's when you can dig yourself a hole. But if you don't have a choice, if the game went that way, you got to go with what you got. It's just I'm trying to come up with how we can win and get our session done and get out of there. So thank you to all of you. You know how I feel about all of you. I tell you I love you because I do. And for everything that we've been through, there are some other places that we can go. Let's see if we're going to do anything with this limited partnership or not. But whether we do or not, I'm still going to go playing it myself. And I would be making some reports to you guys, anything you guys wanted to know or questions you might have. So shoot me an email. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Have a great night tonight. I hope you got something out of this 1-2 chop thing. We played against the tower with the roulette. Then we played 1-2 chop with the roulette. And then we played 1-2 chop with the baccarat. And the great distinction, hey, Chuck, thank you. And thank you, Trish. The great distinction was you saw that the baccarat actually worked better than the roulette. And it's because baccarat's not 18 against 18. Hey, Gordon Parker, thank you very much. I see that. And we will, we're all trying to recover from the disaster of the apartment and the loss of my car and everything else that happened to us. So we will try to press on from here. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow night.